Hey everyone, and welcome back to lesson 2 of this 3-part video series. We are talking about the simple present tense. Last time we learned how to make positive sentences. This time we are going to learn how to make negative sentences. Alright, so let's start. Now, just so you remember, the simple present tense takes place regularly, okay, on a regular basis. This could be every day, it could be every week, every month, every year, it could be always, okay? Those are some very good expressions to use with the simple present tense. Or you can also use the simple present tense to talk about something that is going to happen in the near future. So, for example, something that's going to happen tomorrow or later today at a later time, or something that's going to happen next week. Okay? So, to form the negative of the simple present tense, first, you have to know what is an auxiliary verb. An auxiliary verb is also known as a helping verb. Auxiliary verbs help another verb establish the verb tense, tone, mood, and voice. So we have examples here: the word do, the word does, have, has, will, etc. Okay, but it's important to remember that these verbs help establish the verb tense, the tone, the mood, and the voice. Okay, next you need to know what is a pronoun. Okay, in English there are many different types of pronouns. A subject pronoun is the person or thing doing the action in the sentence. So, for example, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Okay, those are called subject pronouns. So, knowing all of these, an auxiliary verb and a pronoun, knowing what these are is going to help you when you structure your sentences and your questions, okay, especially in this video right now. Okay, so the structure of a negative sentence in the simple present verb tense is the pronoun I, you, we, they, and then the words here do not. Okay, do is the auxiliary verb. And then we have the base of the verb, okay, and the rest of the sentence. So the pronoun I, you, we, or they, and then do not, and then the verb, the base of the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Or here we have the pronouns he, she, and it. The auxiliary verb does, and then the word not. Okay, we use the word does for the pronouns he, she, and it. Does not, plus the base of the verb and the rest of the sentence. Okay, so for example, we have our positive sentences here that say, I like English. You work every day. He talks a lot. She plays basketball. It makes sense. We sleep late. They go to school. Now we're going to turn these sentences into negative sentences. Okay, and how do we do that? We have the pronoun, and then the negative, then the verb, and the rest of the sentence. So for example, I do not like English, which is very sad. I put a sad face right here because that is sad. Hopefully you like English. You do not work every day. He does not talk a lot. She does not play basketball. It does not make sense. We do not sleep late. They do not go to school. Okay, so right here for the pronouns he, she, and it, remember we're using the auxiliary verb does. Okay, all the other pronouns use the word do, but he, she, and it use the word does. Which of course brings me to my next point about contractions. Okay? Now contractions are really just a way to turn two words into one. Okay, it's a way to shorten the two words, to make them shorter. So for example, we have the words do, not, and that turns into the word don't. Don't is the contraction. Okay, this makes it easier for us to say the negative sentence. Okay, and then here we have does not. Remember, does we use for he, she, and it. Does not turns into doesn't. Okay, so we have don't and we have doesn't. Okay, so here we have some examples. We have the simple present negative without contractions. We have I do not like that. Okay, that turns into I don't like that. You do not work every day. You don't work every day. He does not talk a lot. He doesn't talk a lot. She does not play basketball. She doesn't play basketball. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. We do not sleep late. We don't sleep late. They do not go to school. They don't go to school. Okay, so these are just some examples of some sentences that you can say in the simple present verb tense that are negative sentences. Okay, I hope you learned a lot with the do not and don't and the does not and doesn't. Alright, next time we will be talking about questions in the simple present verb tense. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.